This is day 3 of the little buckskin stud. We're going to add a little bit to what he did. I got a flag out. We're going to rub on him and see if we can get him to send. If we get him to send, we'll start yielding his hindquarters and backing him up today. It don't take that long to do this as long as you do the steps. Now, I'll do a one-rein stop and back him up. And then rub him for backing up and rub him with this flag. You can't let him walk through you. If you stop and they walk through you, that's them being rude, and it can turn into something dangerous. Move that shoulder, send him. Get him out there a little bit. This is only the 3rd day, and we're getting him to go. We're getting him to where we can send him a little bit. It doesn't take this long, as long as you follow the steps. Get him to back up off that pressure of these knots up here on this nose band. We're not jerking, we're just rolling them. See how they're moving right there? We're not jerking on him. That'll make him throw his head up in the air and skin him up and scare him. He goes where we point, move the shoulder, there, and let him go. And this is only the 3rd day, and he's already starting to figure out a few things that are going to help him down the line. Go where I can. Yield that hindquarters and back up. Pretty quick when we yield that hindquarters, that backup will get better and better, and pretty quick we can back him up without using that hindquarter. But when they push on you, just touch and release, touch and release. Get him to take a step and reward him for that. Point, move that body. Eventually it'll just be the shoulder that moves when we point. But we can't expect that out of him on the 3rd day. Add a little speed to it. One-rein stop and back him up. There. Rub on him. Let him know he did good. Pretty quick, if he gets to following this, then we can start sending him into places and over things and through things. But he's following my hand. When they do that, just try to get that eye. When they're backing up, put a little pressure until they go forward, then take the pressure off. Add a little speed. See how he's looking up? He's just trying to avoid the whole situation. No big deal. I'm pointing. Add some reason for him to go. Stop and back him up. If this scares him, just do it a little bit until he settles down. Getting used to this stuff. There we go. And this will help down the line. Point, shoulder. You want that shoulder to move over. There. When they're doing such as that, kind of work on that shoulder, forward motion, and it'll work itself out as long as you don't pull on him. you pull on him, you're going to flip him. Now we're going to do a one rein stop. And we're going to back him up. Yeah, getting better every time. That's getting better. Pull that right down over his head. Change directions. Let him move. When they crowd me like that, I start going to their belly just a little bit. Not enough to hurt them, but now he's backing up. Remember, this is only the third day. We're already got him sending better than most horses. But he'll send better than this by the end of 14 days. Follow with my hand. One rein stop. And back him up. Jump on it. Point. There he goes. Got two circles. Do a one rein stop and back him up. Couple steps, rub on it. Yeah. We back him up with the halter a step. There we go. Let him feel that. Point. Do a one rein stop, hind quarter yield, and back him up. Don't pull hard, just touch him and release. There. When he's avoiding you with his face, just straighten him out. Keep that pressure on his nose. Straighten him out, touch him. That's all you got to do. This side's a little bit better. Yield that hindquarters. A little bit better. And back him up. Touch and release. If their hindquarters are moving, it's a lot easier to back them up. When they're stuck like this, you got to touch them and cause them to move. Point, shoulder. And he's getting quiet enough that he needs to be pushed on a little bit. There. Get a little life out of him. Now maybe yield that hindquarters and back him up. Kind of bring his life up just a little bit. Make him a little more responsive. We'll send him the other way. Point. Shoulder. Little life. There. Hindquarters, and back him up. Better. Better. Now we're going to flex him Everything that we did yesterday we're going to do today, plus we added some stuff. So what I'm doing here, I'm just following him around. Put a little pressure on that side of his face. When he stops and softens, he'll flex. Wait for him. In the beginning, you have to wait for him. Rub on him. You're not going to pull on him and make him stop. There he flexed. Touch that face. And there. That's what we waited for. The hair. Now we do the other side. Back here by his hip. Wait for him. As soon as he stops, reflect him. There. There. This is the beginning of being soft in the bridle. But it's also how we're going to correct the size of his circles and turn him going through an obstacle, or any number of things. We're making that head and neck soft compared to completely separate from the rest of his body. So when you pull on this head, that hip don't move. Now, we do one more thing. We just added another desensitizing exercise. I just want to flip this over his head because I might want to ride him with just a halter, or I might want to put a bridle on him someday. Put the reins over his head like this. That looks pretty good. These horses can learn an incredible amount as long as you wait for them. Tomorrow we'll work on getting his life up just a little bit, but today he learned how to send. And he learned how to yield his hindquarters and back up. He's had enough. Day 3.